Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live business Monday. Yes, it's 8 o'clock and we are live. Yes, tonight we are viewing our sixth episode of seven. We've seen Facebook, we've seen Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And tonight, the sixth platform on which me and Jose actually use and do some advertising and search engine optimization is Google My Business. So tonight is Google My Business. So let me just add on to the screen our little algorithm episode, our PowerPoint. So, as you know, we will be seeing what is that algorithm with Google My Business. We will see how does it work. We will see what to do to be able to optimize everything as much as you can. And then we're going to see 10 tips and tricks to be able to actually do something with Google My Business. So, like I said the last time, make sure that you put some comments in. I like answering your questions as we go, so just ask anything, no problem. If you're not watching this live, well, then you can actually ask your questions, and we will respond in good time. And you can also view our different channels, which I will announce at the end of this presentation. So let's begin. Our very first thing, what is that? Well, any business today needs targeted visibility on Google. Okay. So, oh, what a sexy man. Let me guess. That must be Jose upstairs. And she is using markup as a tag. So that's funny. Thanks, honey. Well, most businesses know that this requires optimizing your actual website, your Google Ads also. But what people don't really know about Google is that you need an actual third party to be able to launch your website and your Google Ads that will actually optimize your algorithm with Google. And what is that third party? It's actually called Google My Business. So, Google My Business is a listing, okay? It's a profile that you will actually build on Google that will help you actually position yourself in your Google presence, okay? And we'll be talking about that as we go. Um, every month, there's about 167 billion searches done on Google, and only 0.0000075% of those are searches that are made for one business in particular, which is about 1,260 searches for one business. So you see, we're a drop in an ocean of water, okay? So it's very important that you actually get out there, be seen, and you actually optimize as much as you can, and you put all of the tools you can to be able to succeed with your business, whether it's a business like Markup or whether it's a brick and mortar business. Okay. Now, what's very important um, with Google My Business? How is how does it work? Okay. So what's important is you have to learn to improve your engagement. Okay. More and more consumers are entering the existing Google without going to any other website. Okay. Uh, why? It's very simple. It's because the information in search results um, are fully answering their questions. So you ask something to Google, and Google will actually answer your questions. It's zero click searches. It's basically you just write in what you're looking for and you get your answer right away. Okay. So that's why it's important to have a profile on Google. So having your own business on Google will help you get optimized and qualify engagement and get some conversions. That's what we all want as business owners, is get conversions. So that is very important. So having a business profile on Google will actually improve your engagement. Okay. It will also boost your local ranking. Funny story, one of my friends came over to my house the other day and says, "Oh, I'll just look up markup." And here you are, markup pops up on Google Maps. It pops up on different yellow pages. It pops up, basically the whole first page of Google is markup. So that's very important. It will boost your rankings on Google. So that's very important to do. It will also help you convert into more customers because the postings that you do will actually help you refer people to the right place. That's what's important, okay? It will track the clicks to your website with Google Analytics. It'll help you schedule appointments. It'll help you um, use different menus in the Google. So that's very important. So getting your business profile on Google will help you to advance and get more customers. So, what to do? What to do? Well, first thing you have to do is claim your business. How do you claim your business? You basically register to Google My Business. Once you register to Google My Business, you will receive by mail a little envelope like this. As you can see, it says Google My Business. So that's a letter that you will receive. In this letter, you have codes that actually help you be recognized by Google as an entity. So they will actually know that you are a physical location. So that's very important for Google. It will. What's also important is that you have to complete every section of your Google My Business account. Your about section has to be filled, and all of the different sections, your address, your phone number if you have one. Basically, it's to build your physical profile on Google, which is very important. Okay. Now, if you do move, change the information. You can do it. You can update everything. So, since you're verified once, it's very important that you validate all of your information as you go. Now, be meticulous with the contact information. It's very important that you put the proper contact information because if you don't put the proper one and you don't make sure that it's updated, people will try contacting you. It has happened in the last few days because of a Google search that we received a phone call directly from a potential client. So that is very important for you. You have to have your information well indicated. Now, you have to select primary and secondary category. So, what type of business are you? Are you a shipping company? Are you a selling? What do you sell? So, make sure that you actually select the proper information for your categories. Okay. Now, the categories, um, they're pretty broad. So, you'll see that the information is easy to go find. So, doing so, you'll be able to, with the main category, you'll be able to subdivide into the a little more precise as you go. So that's going to help you. Certain companies don't like being very precise in that, so go more globally, but make sure that you have both categories filled out properly. Then you want to mark off applicable attributes. So make sure that all of the attributes are well indicated and marked in your profile because that will help you actually get noticed a lot more. Okay. Then there's write a complete from the business description. Now that is extremely important. What is your description? Now, what I suggest is that you actually do some research before you actually put in anything in this section. What I would do, what I have done, I should say, is basically went to my other businesses and not businesses, my other profiles, and tried to harmonize everything as much as possible so that people, when they do search, um, things from my description will pop up, but it will also pop up from the other profiles. So make sure that there's consistency, between your different profiles, Facebook, Google My Business, Twitter, LinkedIn. So make sure that the descriptions are linking together. Okay. Then you want to publish Google Posts weekly. Now, we did talk about Facebook, which was 2 to 3 times a day. Twitter, you can go up to 50 times a day. Every platform is different. What we encourage, what Google encourages people to do is to post. They say publish instead of post. So publish weekly. So that's very important. But what's interesting with the publishing on, you can actually add little buttons to refer people to your website directly. So you can actually link to your website, or you can schedule appointments, or you can actually ask them to call you directly by clicking on that button. So that's very interesting. That's an option that I use all the time. I always either use learn more or register. So I just basically use the two buttons. I alternate every so often and try to get people to go to my website, get traffic. That's what's important. And with traffic, you get conversions. So that's the most important thing with Google My Business. Answer questions. If someone asks you a question, answer it. That's very important. You have to be visible. Make sure that you answer directly on the platform. Do not direct message. So make sure that people can see what the conversations are. So someone writes a comment, you answer directly in the platform so that you can actually maybe answer potential secondary questions and all that. Okay. Now, collect and respond to reviews. That's something that you get with Google My Business. That's very important. Part of your initial setup, they ask you to ask for reviews. So you can set up a campaign to get some reviews, and that's very important because with the reviews, it also helps in your algorithm to place you on the Google ranking. So the reviews do help you get reviews, get people that you know, clients to actually review your business and how did they like it. Okay. Add product and or services. So what are you offering? That's very important. Make sure that it's indicated in there. In my situation, I offer a free live webinar. So basically, I promote that as much as I can and make sure that people can actually register and learn more through my website. So that's very important that you put your products and or services. Set up messaging. So if you have people that can message you directly, that's very important. Google is all about communication. So make sure that you have all of your information updated. And like I said in the very beginning, make sure that you maintain your business profile. Make sure it's updated and the information is correct and valid so that people can actually reach you. Is there any questions? I see there's some viewers. If you have questions, feel free to actually ask them live. I can try to answer them. So there's people that just popped on. So Google My Business is tonight. We're switching over to the 10 tips and tricks. So add posts. That's one of the first tips and tricks. Google actually asks you to post once a week. I'd say do it more than that. I do it every 2-3 days. Make sure that there's something and it's rolling and it changes. Don't always put the same posts. Try to go with videos, go with photos, go with text. Alternate, vary a lot in your postings, exactly like you do on Facebook. One thing that I do is take some of the I do cross promoting. So I take some of the information from my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, and I do post it directly onto my Google My Business. So that's something that's very interesting. Add labels. There's certain labels that you should put onto your Google My Business profile so that you can actually be found a lot quicker on Google. That's very important. So Google My Business will help you label your business and make sure that you're found a lot easier on Google. Write detailed descriptions. Like I said, make sure that you link up all of your different profiles, descriptions, and about sections. Put them all so that they coincide together and they work together. Don't go all out there on one platform and the other platforms let them go. Make sure that all of your platforms are consistent and that you actually put as much information as possible in your description. Use the create website feature. So Google My Business, you can actually just get the rating, or you can actually get the website. It's a free website that Google offers you. I suggest you actually go ahead and get the free website because it will actually help you and help people see, because on the right hand side of the Google page, when you do a search, there's the websites that pop up there. So if you do create a website, you will pop up on the right hand side of Google. And I will show you at the end of this presentation what it does. Okay. Work on the backlinks of the website. So make sure that you do use words, keywords that are from your landing page or your website, and enter them into your actual Google page. That's what we call SEO, so search engine optimization. So make sure that all of the information is linked up between your different platforms and your Google My Business website. So make sure that everything is linked together. Add multiple categories. We just talked about it in the previous slides. Make sure that you have your primary and your secondary. And if you want to go deeper into what your business is, you can, but try to get as much information as you can for that. Add quality pictures. Make sure that your pictures aren't pixelized or flawed or anything. Make sure that they're very pretty. Like, treat your business page as if it was a magazine and you were buying it in the store. Make sure that your pictures are nice, they're bright, they're colored, and that they're not ugly, basically. Google reviews, like I said in the previous slide, very important that you get reviews. I don't have many reviews, but I see the impact it has on my page. So make sure people do review your business and that you get as much information on your page. Add a phone number and accurate working hours. My business is open 24/7, so basically I just write it 24/7 all the time, Mondays to Sundays, so people can actually see that I'm always available. There's also the option of putting statutory holidays and things like that. Make sure that it's filled out properly, and if you don't fill it out properly, Google sends you emails and asks you to do so. So is there any questions before I pop on to my next little section? Basically, what I wanted to show was how it works with Google. So I'm just going to open another page right here. So you see I'm on Google, the main page. Very simple. I'm just going to write markup. I'm not going to write www.markup.com. I'm just going to write markup. So markup. This is live. I have not tested it before, but I know it works. So I press on enter. And as I was saying, you see automatically two things show up. You have right here on your left-hand side, you have your search results. And on the right-hand side, you have Google My Business, the website that pops up with all of the information. So basically, on the left-hand side, you see there's my business that's on Google My Business. You have different little templates and stuff that are on my website. Then you have my LinkedIn profile, because I have optimized and made sure that my about sections and my descriptions are all linked together. You have all of that that will link up and make sure that you're actually on the rankings of Google. Then you have my personal profile, which talks about my business. You have my LinkedIn business profile. You have my Google My Business profile website right here. Then you have my YouTube right here. Again, my channel. Finding local. Basically, it's a Google my Google Maps competitor. I've also ranked on that because automatically Google sends it out to all of the different map companies. So there's Find G Local, there's VY Maps. So I'm all over the place. Twitter, Facebook. So everything is basically there. If you want to go see the website, all I have to do is click website right here. And this is my Google My Business website, which is very important to have. Contact us. We'll actually call directly to one of our cell phones. You have my header, and then you have my different posts. And like I said, there's little buttons that are added. So if I select learn more, en savoir plus in French, it brings you directly to my landing page. So that is very important. Now, like I was saying, we have different platforms. We have LinkedIn, we have Google My Business, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So make sure that you actually subscribe to our different platforms and follow us. And if you have any questions, any subject that you'd like to discuss with us, just send us a private message and we'll answer as much as we can. And if there's anything, reach out. That's what's important. On that note, I wish you a very good night and have fun with Google My Business. It's all worth it, and it's a very good tool to position your business. So on that note, see you next week for episode 7 and that will be YouTube. So take care.